Hi Internet! This will be our shortest video in this series, the Psychic Phase.
Most factions aren't able to use psychic abilities, but those that do can wield it to devastating effect. You can find the rules for the Psychic Phase on pages 26 and 27 of the core rulebook.
Grey Knights, Thousand Suns, and Demons, to name but a few, can terrorize enemies with the power of their minds, so let's see how they do it.
During the Psychic Phase, the players take alternating turns activating psyker models, beginning with the player with initiative this round. Your model's datasheet will let you know which models are psykers and how many times they could dabble in the warp. Each player can only select one model to activate in the Psychic Phase as a general rule, but some factions can break this rule, such as the Grey Knights and the Thousand Suns.
When it is your turn to activate a psyker, you must follow these steps. First, choose what power you will attempt to cast. Second, attempt to manifest said power. Third, your opponent may attempt to deny the witch. And lastly, resolve the psychic power.
When selecting from powers known, the vast majority of the time you'll only have one option, Psybolt. You may hear people refer to it as Smite instead. This is a carryover from Big Hammer, where the psychic power Smite functions in a very similar manner. In order to successfully manifest your selected power, you must roll 2d6. If the result is greater than or equal to the warp charge value, which is 5 for Psybolt, the power is successfully manifested.
The 40K universe is a grim and dark place, so it is possible that you manage to explode your own brain in attempting to manifest a power. This is called Perils of the Warp.
If your 2d6 roll lands on either double ones or double sixes, the psyker model immediately suffers Perils of the Warp. This means that the psyker model suffers D3 mortal wounds. If this reduces it to 0 wounds, an injury roll is made for the model by the controlling player. This is a rare example of the controlling player rolling an injury roll for their own model.
If the model survives, the remainder of the psychic sequence proceeds as normal. If the model is taken out by perils, a hole is torn in reality and every model within 3 inches of that psyker immediately takes D3 mortal wounds.
If the power is successfully manifested, an opponent's psyker model can attempt to deny the witch. They can do so if they are within 24 inches of the caster. In order to deny the power, roll 2d6. If the result is greater than the psyker's manifested roll, not the warp charge value, but the actual roll, the power is denied and does not resolve. Generally speaking, only psykers can deny other psykers, but there are models in factions such as Adepta Sororitas that can deny psykers despite themselves not being a psyker. As always, make sure you know all the rules and abilities of your models.
Each psychic power details exactly what happens when it resolves. For Psybolt, you deal 1 or more mortal wounds to the closest visible enemy model within 18 inches when you successfully manifest the power. However, if the manifest result was 11 or higher, you instead deal D3 mortal wounds. It is worth noting that mortal wounds dealt in the Psychic Phase are still subject to obscurity penalties on injury rolls.
Now, in the interest of keeping this a 101 level Kill Team tutorial series, we aren't going to go much deeper into the Psychic Phase. The reason for this is that additional powers and interactions rely on abilities that only commander units can manifest, which are powerful leader units available in the Commander's expansion. These abilities are really fun and much more complex, ranging from dealing boatloads of damage or even taking control over an enemy model. If you're starting to get into Commander's games, you're way past the need for a Kill Team 101, and already a veteran of the game, so we'll end the Commander's talk there.
And there we go. Short and sweet. We hope that helped you understand the Psychic Phase.
As always, if you have any questions, pop into the comments and let us know. We'll be happy to answer them.
Stay tuned for the next phase, shooting!